Hey YouTube, Chloe here, and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to make a video to give my listeners and my viewers some clarity on exactly what a masculine man's role is, and to speak on the phenomenon of men who want it both ways and who want to have it both ways. Because a lot of my listeners are women who have been manipulated, they have been coerced, they're lost and confused and conditioned and socially engineered to be caretakers for men. Black women are expected to fully participate in role reversal as an acceptable practice in their romantic relationships. A lot of women, particularly Black women, are groomed to accept role reversal because it is encouraged and accepted as a norm and a practice in the Black community by both women and men. And I'll be addressing those reasons much later on in this video. But this role reversal always backfires because men don't like feeling trapped in emasculation, and women ultimately do not respect men who cannot provide. Both men and women are deluded in their magical thinking to believe that role reversal works. And a lot of women are desperate and lonely and horny, and they want someone to care, even if that means paying for someone to care. So let's talk about exactly what a provider is so that my listeners can have clarity. A provider, ladies and gentlemen, and a protector, and ultimately a masculine man, is a man who provides and secures a bag, a legacy, and a lifestyle for his woman or his wife and his children. Period. Dot. Now, I think where a lot of the spirit of confusion comes in with women is when a man wants to have it both ways. Because when it comes to money, men who are on the defense and immature men can become irrational, contradictive, and just as emotional as women. And a lot of men, and let's be honest here, a lot of Black men want to have it both ways and expect to have it both ways. They want to be pedestalized, they want to be catered to, they want to be city boys in their 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s and even 70s. They want to be babied and pampered and coddled. They want to be John Singleton's baby boy. They want women to come out of their pockets to hold them down. They want sugar mamas. They want surrogate mothers, while at the same time, they want feminine, young, attractive, sexy, seductive, in shape women, submissive women, women who are hot and ready. They want to know what that mouth do, while at the same time wanting a woman to be financially dependent, independent, paying her own way and paying her own bills. And if she's really a real one, paying his bills. And if she's an even realer one, when she doesn't ask him for nothing, zip, zero, nada, right? She's an even realer one when she doesn't ask for anything. But men who expect women to provide for them are men who are essentially asking to be emasculated and disrespected. And contrary to popular belief, not only do many Black men feel very negative about providing for women, but many women feel this way about their sons and their brothers when it comes to being providers for the women in their lives. I've experienced this with the men of mothers that I have dated, and I've had women who have emailed me about their overbearing mother-in-laws, future mother-in-laws, their baby daddy's mother, and sister-in-laws who feel entitled to clock how their son or their brother spends his money on his women, because it's an open secret that many women encourage their sons and their brothers to be stingy, selfish, self-serving, and self-focused. A lot of that she got it, and that 50-50 mindset that has been ingrained in Black men often comes from the women in their families. And I hope, because this mindset is a pretty underground, dirty secret with men who push back and resist the idea of being masculine men who provide. In their twisted and groomed logic, why should they have to be masculine providers when they have watched mommy dearest pay for every bill in the house on her own? And so the cycle of emasculation and generational curses continue because a lot of men delude themselves into thinking that they can and that they should have it both ways, when in reality you cannot. Women are by nature are wired to be hypergamous, and men by nature are wired to provide and protect. But because of socialization and social engineering, women may initially go for the 50-50 scam and the down on his luck game that a lot of men like to kick, and the split the bill down the middle BS. A woman may even try to turn her lion into a house cat, right? She might try to be the masculine one while her man is the feminine one. And eventually, her true biological wiring is going to kick in, and her respect and admiration for her 50-50 man is going to go right out the nearest window or the nearest toilet because women are not built nor wired to take care of or provide for men. And for feminine women, it is a huge sexual turnoff when a man expects role reversal to work. All women want a man that they can admire and respect. And the only way he's going to get 100% of the respect is if he pays 100% of the bills and provides. The only way a woman can be 100% feminine with her man is when her man is a 100% masculine. And there is really no negotiating on this. Now, what I'm about to say is going to ruffle more than a few feathers, but I want my listeners to understand the purpose of a man having a bag. And I really wish someone told this to me as I was growing up. And that purpose is so that a man can provide and protect and create legacy. This is the purpose, ladies, of children or when men name buildings after themselves. You know, the bag is connected to providing and protecting and legacy because providing and protecting is the only way a man will truly ever get the respect and the recognition that all men are hungry for. Women want attention, men want recognition. And ladies, a man who doesn't want recognition is a man who is basically dead on the inside. The bag is connected to providing and protecting. The purpose of the bag is connected to getting that respect that men are hungry for. But the confusion and why lost men want it both ways is that toxic, immature, and self focused men believe that the bag is for themselves. And this is what makes a lot of men confused and lost. And that's why so many men are insecure, they have a broken life, they're empty, and they die alone. And this is why so many men hit the wall. And yes, ladies, men hit the wall. This is why so many men create their own bad luck. This is why so many men don't take care of their kids, who don't take care of their kids have bad luck. This is why so many men die in a hospital bed alone, or why so many men end up being found dead and stinking in a basement 2 weeks after their bodies have expired because a lot of men spend their whole entire lives fighting their purpose and they make no secret about resenting women, about seething, and they argue online all day with women about nonsense like money not mattering, like money not being important, and calling women the B word and calling women gold diggers. These lost boys are always in women's gossip circles and minding women's business and arguing women down about protecting and providing, and they don't even realize how feminine they sound because they don't know who they are or who they're supposed to be. They could be taking that same energy that they used to argue you down, that they used to argue you down all day, to figuring out a plan on how to become their own man and how to leave a legacy that's worthy of respect. But a lot of men don't have what it takes to be leaders. They lack the masculine ambition and drive that it takes to compete and succeed because 99% of the time they didn't have that example or they were raised in pure dysfunction. And that's why so many men today can't get it together. So out of their frustration, out of their own frustration and feeling like a failure, they use their hardwired defense mechanism to project their blame, their shame, and their insecurities on women as a source of relief and release. You cannot expect your woman, men, to pay 50-50 and to think she's going to respect you. She's not. You cannot expect your woman to be pulling 10 to 12-hour shifts and still have time to work out and gussy herself up to look like the baddest chick. You cannot expect your woman to help you pay the bills and think that she won't want 50% of the credit. You can't expect your woman to look good, to look young, to look youthful, to look vital, to look like a dime, or to look like someone who you can flatter your friends with, while at the same time not understanding your significance and important role as a man. Now, pushback doesn't only come from men, it also comes from pick me mothers of those men, the single mothers of those men who, in a sort of sick way, see their sons as their surrogate boyfriends. And these mothers can be quite territorial, especially when they don't have a man of their own. Sometimes the pushback even comes from the sisters of these deadbeats who were raised by dust bunny mothers. And that is why I will always say on this channel, on my channel, that women are competitive and are comparative by nature. And this includes mothers and sisters, because please keep in mind that mothers and sisters are women first. So a lot of the territorial pushback on men being providers often comes from the women in their families. And this is a low key and high key the reason why so many men cannot get it together, because mommy dearest groomed them to be bums, right? Groomed them to be that way, and they are more invested as men in digging their heels into their dysfunction and being combative with women than doing what it takes to be exceptional and succeed. So that's all I have to say on this for now. Ladies, a man cannot have it both ways, just like we cannot have it both ways, because when a man doesn't know his role and a woman doesn't know her role, it is a breeding ground for incompatibility. Right? Incompatibility. It just won't work and has never worked. Even Florida Evans was a stay at home wife in the projects. Men who don't understand, men who understand that the purpose of the bag is connected to their purpose. Men who understand that the bag is connected to their purpose are men who flourish. They don't have the time or the energy to be petty and to fight and argue with women over money. So, ladies, stop allowing men to fight you on this and stop debating with weak men who are more than willing, with their twisted logic, to jump off a mountain cliff and break all of the bones in their body than to provide for his woman and his child. Make it make sense. I don't even argue with men about money because it is a time waster. I'm not arguing with no man who wants to defend his right to be an eternal child. And at some point, a woman needs to have standards, which is why you need to subscribe to this channel, and she needs to understand what she truly deserves in order to flourish as a feminine woman in a relationship. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I will catch up with you in the next one.